What's going on, guys? Woods here with another video. We're going to be going over the current landscape and terrain as well as the ranges we are trading in for BTC. I'm going to go over order blocks and levels of demand that have been reacted. This is important for me to do for you guys as a follow-up to my previous educational videos, which I will link down below. I preach this and look at these levels every single day. This is how I look at a chart, and you could really gauge a good way to not only execute your plays, but to also be patient in waiting for them. I have BTC pulled up on the 1 day here, and I want to show you guys some higher time frame angles on why a range and price action is magnetized around this level, or why it's even ranging here in the first place, and show you guys how you can play these levels, anticipate as a trader, make educational guesses on what you think is going to happen out of these zones. That's how you trade them. You can really pinpoint some things once you understand what is actually going on and where price is actually trading around. So here on the 3 day, I want to point out, first off, the level of demand that I have pointed out in every single one of my analysis videos. This is not new. This is a strong level. We've been seeing price react around it. I wouldn't say strong as in it's elevating price right away, but we can see a reaction out of it like that. We have seen price sweep down below and continue to close above. We really don't have a contested closure above this level except for today and tomorrow potentially, because there's still 1 day and 3 hours left of this 3 day close. That being said, price is reacting around this level. Cool, we know that. So let's jump into some other levels, right? We have this 3 day level of demand here that completely sliced through and rejected after it retested the top end, closed below before putting in a bearish retest of that level, closing below after it rejected fully, right? We approached this level before having this weird price action and crazy ass candle wick, and then pushing back upwards before we got continuous 3 day closures into the level of demand that we had previously rejected from. All that led to the current price action we have now. Okay, that's all on the 3 day. Now let's scroll down a bit. This price action has been super grueling, guys. If you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you're not quick with reading things aren't going your direction, don't feel bad about yourself, but make sure that you're seeing what's going on and you're making the necessary adjustments to trade these things, because it's not easy and it is not meant to be easy, right? We have this big 1 day level of demand here that was untested previously until this wick occurred earlier at the end of last month. And now we're currently seeing these compressed higher lows into price, right? But what is happening in between that can help us gauge and understand things, right? How do you play these levels? Why are these levels so important? It's not just a level that matters. It's the opinions you have formed and your bias that you have formed to tie into these levels when price approaches. And all that can be tied in with the confluences that we have on an everyday basis. So one indication that I like to look for is RSI, right? When we're looking at RSI, when price approaches these levels, and I'm going to really hone in right here, guys, into this range here. And then I'm going to point out some other things as well that was interesting on the 1 day. But first, let's just talk about these levels as a whole. So this, again, is that 3 day order block that we drew. So this is going to be our extreme. And this is our 3 day order block at the bottom, that 3 day level of demand that we've slipped through, closed above, etc., etc. And you could see the range that we're currently trading in. This is that range that we're trading in right now. The level that currently held in today's lows is a 1 day level of demand that has been respected. We have seen this level retest before trying to move up right here as it compressed, and then it eventually exploded past the highs into these most recent highs here, right? Before sweeping it, closing below, printing that SFP, printing this lower high before rejecting further. We swept this level of demand that held previous over here, deviated it into that order block on the 3 day that we talked about previous, right? The one that we deviated here, printed a higher low before he punched up above, came down below, printed that higher low to start the month into the 84s, before pushing up again, taking out these highs altogether, chopping around in the middle before pushing up the highs again and moving down currently retesting and holding this level absolutely beautifully. Let's say you rebid this whole level again, right? This is a very loose level to bid. Let's say you wanted to hone in on one specific level and really focus in your first entries at the top of this level. You had the conviction to do so, knowing this is where you were looking to bid. This is where I was looking to bid, right? I was looking to bid that 86 to 85 level. That was more towards the lower end of this level, but you knew that when price came into this level, you look for an entry for longs, right? And let me scroll more into the lower time frame of that level. Now that we understand the levels painted, now that we know where price is going into, you're going to look to see, was RSI oversold? Yes, RSI was oversold when price came to this point. Now you're going to open up your Monday range if you're a Monday range trader, see what's going on around that level. It was a Monday when this level got retested, so there's nothing much you could have gotten from there except anticipating a sweep of the Monday range lows when the Monday range concluded, which was right here. And we didn't really do that. So as a Monday range trader, you're pretty much just left in the dust there. We did eventually, like I said, retest demand here on the 1 hour. So we did have a very aggressive bid this morning for a pushback up. So all this ties in well with what I'm talking about, guys. It's important to look at what price is doing, what the RSI is telling you, what levels are being tested. Let me focus in more on the lower time frame. We already talked about, you know, what RSI was doing and all that good stuff. Let's focus on the very lower time frame and show how you can get some good lower time frame conviction right out of these levels. So we already saw what was happening on the higher time frame a little bit when we talk about time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour, etc. On the 15-minute, price was oversold when it came down to the lows, obviously, very oversold. Chopped around, but also flipped the low end of the RSI up to the middle and pretty much just chopped before price wanted to do something. So now when I'm looking to the very lower time frame aspect of things, and this is how I gauge my scalps when we're trading pretty much in a really good level and we're just kind of ranging, right, is a divergence printing within the RSI for me to even want to have conviction to enter these trades. And in the 1 minute, a lot of lower time frame divergences could happen, but you can see here when price really got to its endpoint in this compression, we did confirm a divergence in the price right over here. You had a low that printed, you had a lower low in the price. We also swept that low and closed above, so we confirmed an SFP on the 1 minute and printed that higher low in the RSI at the oversold point. Now that's very, very lower time frame aspect of things, so I don't want to really get too much into that, but I'm just showing you guys how I look at the chart, how I evaluate things, why things are relevant, why these levels matter, what's going on, and how you can play them in the future. So you can see here on the 4 hour, we still are under the 50 after we were oversold in price, right? We are approaching previous middle end of this range, right? Which is where structure was broken in between the two levels of this 3-day order block play that we've been maneuvering around. What do I think is going to happen next? The next logical level for a short, I'm thinking, is in between this level. I'm really looking more for 88.8 to 89.2. So another thing that intrigued me was this 1 day level that we have over here from November 12th, 2024. This is where price first came up to and above, printed its first all-time highs, right? New all-time highs, before eventually deviating under, printing a good reversal pattern before pushing back up, right? Giving you conviction to enter, etc., etc. You know, RSI was compressing. We eventually flipped to 50 in line with this break, all that good stuff. We had a sweep of these lows, close above, printed SFP before printing this higher low and moving back up, printed this level of demand, even more conviction to enter in on this consolidation, etc., etc. But price is still reacting around this level, and you can see lower time frame reactions for you to get in. So not only do you have a flip over here and a demand pile up with a retest and a move back up, but you also have RSI oversold over here. And once price flipped and closed above the bottom end of this level of previous demand that it's deviating under, it looked to flip the 50 here, and it consolidated, right? We pushed above, came down, retested the bottom end over here before price eventually pushed the 50, came down, retested, and then pushed up straight from this level. with very compressed higher lows in price and a move up. That could have been very good conviction for you to take a trade for a long with your invalidation below these lows or below these lows, however you see fit. Now, when I take my replay button and I go back to what price was doing on the lower time frame, I'm going to look for even more triggers and entries that are going to make me more convicted to scalp or hold this level. So you can obviously scalp it because it's a level that you're seeing on the 1-day form, right? You can take lows to the highs, see what happens here, catch a momentum break downwards, retest this level, etc., etc. When price came into this level, we're seeing these compressed higher lows, obviously, right? We also see the RSI drop below the 50 here as price comes to. This can be seen as a deviation in price, right? We see this lower low in RSI and we're seeing these higher lows in price. This to me signals that price is more or less trying to look weak while also being relatively strong, hence the relative strength index, right? So this to me is a strong level for entry if we're looking here, as long as price keeps closing back above this level, which it does. It retests, comes back in before eventually pushing back upwards. This is all important in your back testing as a trader, which I make sure everybody does. Everybody needs to backtest. If you're not in entries, if you are in entries, whatever the case may be, you need to understand what price did previous so that you can form good educated guesses for the future. And now on the 1 hour, you can see even up here, when price flipped back, it started to retest the RSI on the 50. Why would you short it, right? It's not showing significant weakness. It's still holding these higher lows and price is coming relatively quickly to that 50. That is another means for an entry. The last one that I want to show here, guys, is to just really kind of bring it all home and tie things in well, you know, with what's happening right now. We had this level right here that tried to hold, this 4-hour level. We tried to hold it intraday. Price came down, tried to even hold it here, closed above before coming back below, deviating, coming up into, retesting fully, right? Retesting the midline first, rejecting, coming back into it before rejecting, deviating again, pushing back up above, trying to hold here into FOMC, pushing down with a lower high in price here, absolutely rejecting this level, moving back below again, deviating, holding these lows, pushing up, tried holding, deviating with that lower high, pushing down below, and absolutely compressed below that 4-hour order block absolutely beautifully. If your opinion in the market was down and you trade order blocks and you've seen these reactions happening, you could have easily taken an invalidation above this level, assuming we don't get to 92, and reject at around that 90K psychological level, anticipating downwards price action towards at least these lows, and move your stops when that happened. Price came down to these lows, tried to hold, pushed down, and compressed down to these lows right here, which is where we spoke about and the other order blocks I talked about in the beginning of the video. You could play support resistance, you could play SFPs, you could play FEG, whatever you look at. It's all about the reactions that are occurring in that level at that point in time, what the momentum's saying, if we're trading within a range, if price is being compressed, if there's low volume, illiquid markets. Understand what's happening, form your bias, make an educated guess, and play these blocks accordingly. I hope that makes a lot more sense for you guys. I wanted to make sure that I made an educational update at around current price action so that you can actually see, you can play these levels on the lower time frame, looking at the higher time frame, executing as you see fit with the confluences you like. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Stop by for the next. You know, I've been cooking up a lot of analysis throughout the week, so stay tuned for that. A lot of streams are going down in WG. I'll leave the link down below to get access there, as well as make sure you get access to WoodsBot now, get access to the automations by becoming a gold member. I'll leave all my links down below. See you guys in the next. Peace.